Hey folks, welcome back. So I wanted to do a quick update on the fall garlic that we planted about 5 or 6 weeks ago. And I also wanted to do a quick farm update because it's been a couple weeks since I got a video out. So I will put timestamps on the play bar here, so if you want to skip part of this, you can go ahead and do that. Now for the farm update, I was hoping to have the video on the waterers out a week or two ago, and actually you can't see it, it's behind the rock pile there, but we've had a couple little hiccups with that and they aren't totally finished. We got most of them in, they're almost ready to go except for the very back waterer, which is in the back pasture on the other side of this hill here, and we're having pressure issues with that. We aren't getting the PSI that we should be getting. We're kind of thinking there may be something in the line. So we got to mess with that and see if we can't get that working. Once we do that, I should be able to wrap the video up for doing the cattle waters and get that posted. But I've been busy with a few other things, and of course it's Thanksgiving week, so I've been getting out doing a little bit of hunting as well, so I've been a little bit distracted from doing some actual work on some of this stuff. Hopefully by next week, maybe the week after that, but I'm hoping next week we'll have that sorted and I'll be able to get the video out on the cattle waters. Now for the fall garlic that we put in, which is right behind me, and you may be able to see some of those little shoots coming up through there, it's been about 5 or 6 weeks since those went in. And it was sort of interesting watching them come up because the first two different varieties to come up were both the hardnecks, music, and red chestnut. I think the music came up just a little bit before, but they were coming up within the first week or two. And then it took another week or maybe 2 weeks for the softneck one to come up. And then, as you can see in some of the B-roll here, the elephant garlic, which I've said before is actually a leek, it isn't a true garlic, it is just barely poking through the surface. So that elephant stuff is way slower growing. So I'm thinking that for next year, yeah, I know I'm already planning the year out, but for next year, what I may do is stagger the plantings. So put the elephant garlic in maybe a month earlier, since it seems to be so much slower growing and it seems to take longer to come up through the mulch. Maybe put that in like a month earlier, and a couple weeks after that do the soft neck, and then do the hard necks around the same time. And if I feel really ambitious, what I would do is I'll split the soft necks and the elephant into 2 groups. I'll stagger part of it, and then all the rest of it I'll plant at the same time that I plant the hard necks, and then see how it compares as far as how stuff comes up and what the yield is the following year. I don't know if I'll be that ambitious or not, and half of this is just kind of me making notes to myself so that I can look back on this and say, oh yeah, that's what I was thinking I wanted to do, and then maybe apply that for next year. So I think that is going to be the last update on garlic. Anything to do with that until probably we harvest next summer sometime, I think, because there just really isn't a whole lot to do with this until then. So I think that is going to be it for this week. Like I said, hopefully next week we'll have something out on the waters, and even if we don't get that back one done, I may just go ahead and put up the video without that just so I can have that one out. I don't know, we'll see. But that is going to be it for this week's video. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. I will see you next time.